Happy holidays, Aquarius. Welcome to your December 2021 astrological forecast. So kind of like the big news, there's two big things. Okay, well, for you personally though, the planet Jupiter is leaving your sign and moving into Pisces on the 28th. And the very good news is where you have Pisces in your chart is your second house of earned income, investments. It's how you earn your money. Okay, your valuables, it's actually hidden talents though too, believe it or not. But this is like money from work that you do or whatever. Okay, so having Jupiter here means that that area will expand for like as long as Jupiter is in this area. Okay, I think it's up until May. Jupiter is moving really, really fast. And it doesn't seem to spend a whole year like it normally would in this sign. Okay, so anyways, though, just having it in your second house of money, it's the money house, okay, means that an increase in maybe sources of income or a raise of some kind or other or something, but in some way or other it's expanding. Okay, I'll get to this. Well, I might as well finish, okay, because Neptune in Pisces, okay, turns direct on the 1st. So you will have, at the end of December, both Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces in your second house. So I did actually do a tape on Jupiter in Pisces, and I did take into consideration that Jupiter will also be there at the same time, so you might want to listen to that video. But anyways, you know, you're known as a very altruistic sign, okay? And Pisces is, well, like the natural ruler of like the 12th house and stuff, and that house governs charities, like charitable acts, selflessness, okay? Neptune is Pisces' ruling planet, so it's at home where it is right now with Pisces, okay? Now, Jupiter... Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. However, planets are in detriment in certain signs and they're exalted in others, okay, which means they do really, really well. And Jupiter does really, really well in Pisces because it is exalted in Pisces, okay? So, you know, I want to say that... I don't know, charitable works or something like that. I can't see you giving away huge amounts of money. It would be kind of like, what are you going to live on, right? But you could be associated with something doing with goodwill towards man, or, you know, something like that. Something that really benefits a lot of people, okay? Large groups of people, because you have to take into consideration too, Pluto is in the late degrees of Capricorn right now, and you are probably already feeling the effects of Pluto moving into your sign like very soon, okay? And you're going to have an awful lot of influence over large groups of people, okay, among many other things. But anyways, I would have to say there's something associated with a charity or some kind of selflessness act of some kind that you are doing when it comes to money. You know, maybe you will even be raising money for someone. Maybe you are even raising money for yourself for some kind of project. Maybe you have a GoFundMe account. It could be for anything, okay? And it might do really, really well. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out right there. But the two of these things, planets together, don't even happen till December 28th. Okay, but Neptune does turn direct on the 1st. And, you know, I would say that it will affect your money in some way or other. Having Neptune here, I think I've mentioned before that you should probably check on your investments, especially if you have things that are like collectibles or art of any kind, coins. Stocks and that are one thing, but something that you're unaware of what the true value is because it fluctuates, right? It's a supply and demand. So you could have something that you know was really nothing, and it cost like $1 how many years ago, but it's really a rare collectible or something like that. So check to see what it is that you have, but you also have to be careful of who you like wheel and deal with, kind of. Make sure you're not taken. Make sure you don't like practically give it away. Make sure you get the true value of everything that you possess, okay, that is worth some kind of money, that is valuable, okay. That's what your second house also governs, your values, but your personal values though too, okay. So anyways, enough of that, okay. So the sun's in Sagittarius, yo, okay, in your 11th house. That's where you have the sign of Sagittarius. So the sun's here up until like the 20th, okay. And then, let's see here. Yeah, Mercury is still in Sagittarius up until the 12th. And, let's see, Mars moves into Sagittarius on the 13th. And this is the other big news thing, okay? There's a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on the 4th. So this is all happening in your 11th house of your friends and acquaintances, the places where you go to hang out. This is your most sociable house. This is any kind of group or organization that you belong to. It's also the house of your dreams, hopes, and wishes, okay? So pretty active here, especially when Mars moves here. You'll be like very physically active. More than likely going out because of the holidays, visiting people at least. Even if you do it once this month, you know what I mean? You'll still like kind of associate it with the fact that it's the holidays. But just having Mars here does make you really want to go out and see people face to face. But if you're unable to do that, you know, you're always, this is social media also, this 11th house, okay? So you could more or less spend a lot more time online than you normally do. But you may attend, I would have to say, at least one kind of gathering, okay? And Mercury here means there's an awful lot of communications right now between you and your friends, or online even, again. So we're back to, I guess, even talking to people that you haven't, you know, heard from. Usually, again, we associate it with the holidays, but it has a lot to do with the fact that there are planets in your 11th house of friends right now. So you are going to be hearing from a lot of people at this time, okay? But this solar eclipse now, remember, new moons bring new beginnings, okay? And a solar eclipse just adds like an extra jolt to that new moon, which makes it last. The effects of this new moon last for like a really long time, months, you know, somewhere down the line. So you could even be out. It doesn't have to be exactly on the 4th, few days before, excuse me, before and a few days after, okay? It's an effect. But if you have any planets in Sagittarius, yeah, you're really going to feel it. But anyways, you could actually meet someone at this time, make a new friend, join some kind of organization, or actually join some kind of group, such as like a band of some kind, if you play an instrument, or if you sing, or a dance troupe, or something, you know, on those lines, something creative, okay? Your 11th house is directly across from your 5th house, where you have the sign of Gemini, okay? Both of these houses are the fun houses, but the 5th house, where you have Gemini, okay, is the house of fun and romance and creativity, speculation, entertainment of any kind, sports, all kinds of things, okay? Well, there's a full moon here on the 18th in Gemini. Okay, so whatever happens possibly around this solar eclipse on the 4th, the new moon solar eclipse on the 4th, kind of ends up by the 18th in like, I don't know, if it's something with a friend, something that may happen when you're out, possibly. Maybe you run into an old friend and I don't know, maybe they they acted like they didn't know you, or what, something weird, something weird possibly between you and someone else, okay, that you know well enough to consider them a friend, okay. It could be something like that, or something like that could happen around this full moon of the 18th. If you attend some kind of gathering or a party even, okay, the fifth house is the house of parties and fun, okay. Um, it doesn't have to be anything like really big, okay, because the solar eclipse is enough here, but it's a lot of fun actually because it is a new moon and it's bringing a new beginning. Okay, in your 11th house here, we'll go with dreams, hopes, and wishes though too. Okay, so maybe there was something you were trying to do, some kind of goal you were trying to reach. So this kind of helps you. Maybe you even meet someone around this time that helps you to get there. Okay, so, or maybe there's some kind of a group of people that exist that are into the very same thing that you are. So you're able to join them and you form some kind of collaboration even. Okay, so I would have to say maybe around this full moon there could be a little bit of a maybe falling out. Full moons bring things to the surface where they could be dealt with. So this could happen in romance. It could happen in a creative project that you're involved with somebody in like a collaboration or something. Fifth house is also children. So it could be in regards to children, your children or someone else's. Maybe there is a child or the concern of a child like getting in the way or something, whatever. But I really don't think, I think this full moon is kind of like on the back burner because the new moon with the solar eclipse sparking it a little bit more, just makes it a lot more effective than this full moon in Gemini. So whatever, either way, something's going to happen here, okay? But I think it's for the better. Okay, so, but up until Mars moves into Sagittarius on the 13th, Mars is still in Scorpio in your 10th house, okay, of your career and your professional and personal status, okay, how you're known by reputation, how people view and speak about you. So, when planets were here, especially with this Mars is at home when it's in Scorpio because it's the ruling planet of Scorpio, along with Pluto. But in your 10th house of, success, more or less, okay, it works really well here because it makes you go after a position that you would like, that you've wanted, or it makes you go after something that you might not do any other time, okay, because it could even be like a competition of some kind, or trying to win something or other. If it is a position, that's one thing. And even if you don't work at all, this could be a social status position kind of thing. Acknowledgement, credit for whatever, okay? So up until the 12th, that's still in effect. So if you were, I've said this I don't know how many times, having Jupiter in your sign for the past year was supposed to open up all kinds of opportunities for you, broaden your horizons and all that. So, usually people travel or they get a new job or they take up a new form, some interest or whatever, So this could be that time when whatever you may have learned over the past year pays off by giving you a new position, either professionally or personally. Okay, so the sun moves into Capricorn on the 21st. And Mercury moves into Capricorn on the 13th. Pluto is still here, okay? And Venus is in Capricorn up until March, okay? It turns retrograde actually on the 19th. But where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 12th house. So there's all kinds of stuff going on here behind the scenes. The 12th house is the house of secrets and activity behind the scenes, maybe doing things in secret. It's you or someone else doing things in secret. Usually when Mercury's here, it's the inquiring minds want to know kind of thing. I call it the investigative side to like your personality, because when Mercury's here, seems like you're asking a lot of questions or trying to find out a little bit more about a person or something. Okay, it doesn't have to be a person, it could be about anything, but you're trying to find out whatever, but you're trying not to be too obvious about it. Maybe you don't want people to know that you're trying to find out something, okay? For whatever reason, it doesn't seem like too big of a deal. But so your 12th house is pretty busy right now, so you're doing something behind the scenes, okay? And it could be, something that you've been doing all along, okay? Pluto's been here for many, many years, okay? And will still be here for a little while longer. So you've had, like, stuff going on in your mind even. Kind of like dark thoughts a lot of times, a preoccupation with death or zombies even. Something like that, okay? So, you could actually be involved in some kind of, maybe over the past year you've checked out, like, I don't know, kind of like paranormal kind of stuff, or just suddenly, or maybe you always have had an interest in something like that, but now you're getting a lot more hands-on with this kind of subject, and maybe you've even been learning something, I want to say secretly, but it could be something like astrology or tarot or something like that, but it's something that maybe you don't want people to know that you're doing just yet, or that it is something like that you're interested in, okay? So when these planets, will move into your sign, like at the end of January, so it's almost like you're preparing behind the scenes for when, your birthday's coming up. When planets move into your first house, you kind of like burst on the scene again. But while these planets are in your 12th house, you're still pretty active. Normally people take this as like a downtime where they just like hang out at home and, I don't know, lounge around or whatever. But to me it looks like you're like really, really active. Okay, so let me see, what else do we have here? Yeah, okay, well, with this Venus turning retrograde on the 19th in your 12th house, when Venus was in Sagittarius, okay, which was like before November 5th, okay, because I think that's when it finally moved into Capricorn. So before then, like in October and whatever, Venus was in your 11th house in Sagittarius, and you may have met someone or a group of people, or you went to some place like a bar or a club or even a restaurant that you really, really liked, and you started going there a lot now, okay? So you may have met someone, though, along the way that really impressed you, even if it doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. But it could be like just for friendship. Okay, so when Venus moved into Capricorn, like on November 5th, you really like, that could be like a lot to do with like the inquiry part of it, the investigative part, trying to find out more about this person. So when this planet turns retrograde, you may actually find out a lot more about them in a roundabout way, maybe not directly. In fact, if you're in touch with this person, they may actually tell you things about themselves that, you didn't even ask, but you were always curious or wondering about. But it's almost like, I don't know, like finding out something about someone that maybe you're not supposed to know, but you're glad that you learned it. Because it was something nice, it wasn't something bad, but it's just that maybe it's just something that was kind of personal or something about this person. Okay, anyway, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Aquarius on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Leo, and those dates are the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of speculation or gambling, and anything to do with children is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for money is the 9th, 10th, 11th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. The best time for your career is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. So I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for December. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast in the description box below. There's a link to my Ask Me a Question. It's for people who would like to only have, or only curious about maybe one or two things about their chart, and they don't necessarily need their entire chart done. But if you would like to have your chart done, there's also a link there to my website. Okay, and if you enjoyed this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that right now, and like and share this video if you can. So I will see you next week. Happy holidays. Goodbye.